and combat this inherited ideology-theology, so destructive in its consequences for both oppressors and oppressed. The listener will understand that her basic moves, developed more fully in others of her works, are to identify strands of the Bible in which God is imagined in ways that are non-gendered and non-patriarchal. She identifies the Shekinah strand of the Hebrew Bible, the Chokhmah Sophia wisdom strand suggested in both the Hebrew Bible and the New Testament, and the overall biblical theme of God as Spirit as three such moves. She emphasizes themes like visibility, dignity for all, inclusion, and community. She suggests that we think of breath, light, wind, and vibration when we think of God. In these suggestions, she finds points of connection with Korean words and concepts as well. The God she invites us to imagine is not absent from Scripture, but is downplayed in much dominant Christian theology. This book makes a significant contribution to contemporary Christian theology and has substantial implications for ethics as well. I urge especially, those who may not feel ready for the strength of the critique Dr. Kim offers, to ask God to help you lay down any spirit of defensiveness and instead to be open to the breath of inspiration and new life. Introduction. White Christianity. I'm going to say something that may sound extreme, but if you stay with me, you'll understand why it's true. Everything is connected to race. Race might be considered a social construct, but we can see how race affects culture, history, religion, employment, laws, and ideas. Race influences how we act and behave daily. It forms our perceptions of each other and affects how we act in different circumstances. The societal views of immigrants, natives, and refugees have a profound impact on our ability to relate to people of different races. It has also greatly influenced Christianity and our understanding of God. When I began to realize the enormous impact of race, I knew it was important for me to study race, racism, and ethnicity to understand how we have come to construct a white Christianity and a white God. This is how I began my explorations for writing this book. My own life has been impacted by race relations because it has ultimately defined me, had a negative influence on me daily, and has formed my own understandings of a white Christianity and a white God. When I was growing up in the 1970s in London, Ontario, we began elementary school each morning by reciting the Lord's Prayer and singing the national anthem. It was very clear to me as an immigrant child that Canada was a Christian country and that I needed to become a Christian if I was going to fit into my new home. Our family did not have any religious affiliations when we first immigrated in 1975, but a very nice young Korean couple started asking my older sister and me to go to church with them. My sister and I eventually began attending and had a lot of fun at church. We met other Korean kids our age and made lots of new friends there. Soon, my parents started attending church with us as other Korean immigrants encouraged them to join us at the local Korean church. They were happy to meet other Korean immigrant families at the church, and it became a community for us. We did not know anyone when we moved to Canada, so the church became our extended family. We held birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and any other celebrations at church. It was a place for us to become a family with other Korean immigrant families. Through attending church, our family eventually became Christians. We ended up attending a Korean Presbyterian church on Sundays, but midweek and on Friday nights, my parents dropped my sister and me off at a white Baptist church and a Christian and Missionary Alliance church for Bible studies, fellowship, and worship. Church soon overtook our lives. Everything was planned around church events. I made a lot of friends at these different churches. Part of the purpose for attending so many different churches was that, in a way, it provided free English classes. My parents were worried that our English wasn't good enough for us to excel at school.